it was kind of a slap in the face.
A Gold Star family fighting to keep their son's memory visible. The Frontier Regional School Committee voted against moving a fallen soldier's memorial plaque to the school's new baseball scoreboard.
It's a decision the family says erased 2 decades of honor. Western Mass News reporter Addie Patterson joins us now live from outside Frontier Regional School in South Deerfield with the story. Addie.
Yeah, Chris and Amanda, it's been a heartbreaking time for the Belanger family. They say the school committee's decision is not only hurtful, but it diminishes the sacrifice their son made and his impact on the Deerfield community. Sergeant Gregory Allen Belanger was just 24 years old when he was killed in action while serving in the U.S. Army. He was also a graduate here at Frontier Regional. The school placed a plaque beneath the scoreboard after his death, and it's remained there for more than 20 years. Belanger's family says the memorial represents not only their loss, but a lasting connection between the school and a graduate who made the ultimate sacrifice. Recently, however, the Frontier Regional School Committee voted against moving that plaque to the school's new scoreboard. Earlier today, I spoke with Belanger's mother, Kathleen. She says when her son's body returned home to Deerfield in 2003, the school even opened its auditorium for his funeral due to the overwhelming turnout, something most members of the school may not have been around for.
I don't think they were here. I don't think they were standing by the common watching the hearse come down and bringing Greg home. They weren't at the candlelight service with the townspeople. And they surely weren't inside the auditorium, the Frontier Regional High School auditorium, for his funeral. Greg is our history. Freedom is not free. It costs young lives on foreign soil.
We reached out to the school committee for comment on this issue, and while we have yet to hear back, Gregory's sister, Allie, says they have been in contact with the committee about their concerns. In a reply, the committee said, in part, the committee has consistently encouraged awards and scholarships as the more appropriate space for this ongoing recognition and remembrance, as it places the memorial in the hands of those who knew the person whose legacy is to be remembered. And tonight, coming up here on Western Mass News at 10:11, we'll dig deeper into the school's response as well as more from Gregory's family. For now, reporting live in Deerfield, Addie Patterson, Western Mass News.